It's new amp day! See if I can actually remember to keep the audio in on this one. What's up guys, Kyle here again, and today I am checking out a newly updated amplifier from one of the best modern metal amplifier designers in the world, in the country,
in the universe,
in Michigan. Let's do it. Alright guys, hope you're doing great out there today. If this is your first time here at my channel, my name is Kyle. What I do is I take all sorts of awesome high gain related guitar equipment, I record it with a simple setup, and I give you the unboxing videos. Just what you always wanted. And today we are unboxing an updated amplifier from one of the best new modern amp designers in the industry, in my opinion. This is an amp that has actually been on the channel before, and I wanted to get it back on the channel because there has I guess recently, within the last year or so, been an update to the amp, which according to the designer himself, he thinks that it'll make the amp a little bit more my speed than it was the first time around, which actually has me really excited because I liked it a lot the first time around. So I just realized that I have nothing to cut this open with. Be right back. Safety first. Just kidding. I'm gonna hurt myself. Oh, this also has the staples in here. These are good for puncturing the skin immediately. This company also has the best boxes in the business, which you may be saying, who cares about boxes? But if you ship a lot of amplifiers, you know what I'm talking about. Definitely no Guitar Center flimsy ass box with a stiff breeze poking a hole in it and letting all the stuff inside fall out. If there is an enemy to impulsivity, excitement, and anxiety, it is definitely these friggin' staples. There we go. I just want my amp. Pro tip, definitely leave the staples in the box for later, because if you're like me and you like to live dangerously, nothing brightens up your day like a brand new puncture in your hand. All right guys, big reveal time. Come on, that thing is in there. Mike, did you glue this amp to the bottom of the box? I think Mike's f***ing with me. Ugh. Oh yeah, look at that bad boy. That's right, it is the Omega Obsidian. If you guys are familiar with the Omega Ampworks line of amplifiers, then you probably know that Mike has been working on some updates to both the Granifier and the Obsidian, which I think is really cool because some amp designers will make an amp, send it out into the world, and then that's all you ever get. But Mike actually continues to try to improve his product as he goes based on customer feedback, and this is a product of that exact process. So this is the Omega Obsidian with the 1.5 update. The 1.5 update is essentially supposed to make the amp seem a little less clean, a little less hi-fi. The Obsidian, the original Obsidian, was very, very clean, very articulate. Like, even though you had the gain maxed out on this thing, like, there was just no hair, no sizzle to it, which that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's all a matter of personal taste, but a lot of people, myself included, were saying that they wished that the amp had a little bit more sizzle to the gain, a little bit more saturation, and a little bit more of a low-end pump. And apparently that's what the update, the 1.5 update, is supposed to do. So I bought this amp used. I had it shipped directly to Mike at Omega, and he gave it a visual update as well, because the old insert here was like a blue stained thing. I don't know, it just wasn't my thing. So he put this brushed aluminum insert inside the panel, and I actually think it looks really, really sick. And he also put on the aluminum knobs that these amps are pretty well known for having. And I just think that it's a really, really good look. This is actually the first like gray Tolex amp that I have, so it doesn't actually match any of my cabs, but that's okay. But yeah, man, the Omega stuff is just seriously some of the best like modern guitar tones that you can get. There's a reason that one of the first plugins that Neural made was for the Granifier, which I believe my Granifier is, yep, sitting right there. Totally natural arm movement, but the Granifier is really, really nasty. The Obsidian is meant to be more of like a 2-channel thing, where the Granifier is a single channel, and then this one is a little bit more low-mid based in the EQ overall. So either way, no matter what amp you go with, you're gonna get a very articulate, very punchy, very modern sounding high gain amplifier made with literally the best components, made here in the USA, and you're gonna get the great customer service of Omega Amplification. So I gotta send a huge shout out to Mike for doing the update for me and doing the visual updates and stuff. He got it to me in a fast manner, which he is a very busy man. I don't know if you know this, but he's the guitar tech for Slipknot. Most of you probably do. So the guy does a bit of traveling here and there, but he was able to get this to me very quickly, and I'm really excited because we're gonna plug this in and I'm gonna play just a couple riffs. We're just gonna test it out, and then of course I will have a full playthrough video on my main channel at some point here in the near future. But for now, I really want to see what this thing sounds like with the update. So I've got an Engel 212 cab here with the vintage 30s in it. I've got an SM57 on the V30s, and I also have an SE Electronics X1A condenser microphone, because I have found that these two microphones pair really well. So if you're looking for an awesome affordable condenser microphone, that SE Electronics X1A works really well on guitar, and that's what you guys are gonna be hearing this amp through. So let's do it. Just admiring how gnarly this looks. I freaking love this, man. This looks excellent. It's alive! All right, so right off the bat, I already noticed the increased fuzziness or hair or whatever you want to call it on the saturation of the gain structure of this amplifier. Like right away, I notice it. It also seems to have a whole bunch of low end going on. We've got the depth pulled back and we've got the bass pulled back. So start playing around with the controls a little bit. That was with no overdrive. So it was tight and it was very saturated and clear. No overdrive necessary, but I'm sure it'll take one just fine. We're gonna find out. Oh, dude, the harmonic content and everything. Oh, man, it sounds so good. Sounds so big, like 3D. Someone is at my door. I'll be right back. My new cabs just got delivered. Just what I needed. All right, you know what time it is. Let's boost this bitch. Yeah, dude, there is way more saturation to the gain of this thing, man. Like it's just way hairier sounding, as the best way I could put it, I guess. Doesn't sound that flattering, but it is. Trust me, it's a good thing. We want the hair. Don't take that out of context. But yeah, man, I'm really enjoying this thing so far. It's sounding really good through the V30s. The low end is very big. You guys can see I've got the bass dialed back to about 1 o'clock here, and we're still getting a lot of low end punch out of this thing. It's responding very well to an overdrive. As you can see, we've got the gain very low on the lead channel, so there is gain for days on this amplifier. But let's try this thing for what it's really made for, a lower tuning. All right, drop C with the Les Paul Studio Faded. We've got a Balaguer bow bucker in the bridge. All right, so this pickup definitely much more mid-scooped and heavier on the high frequencies. So let's roll the mids up, let's roll the treble back. This amp is a certified banger for drop C. Let's go even lower. That's the best drop A tone I have gotten to date, man. That sounds absolutely nasty. The tones that this thing is producing, especially through this Angle 212, man, I'm really happy with this thing. I can personally say, you know, from what I remember of the Obsidian the first time around, this new 1.5 update is awesome. Like, this is it's much more saturated sounding. The low end is hitting very hard, and I'm not having to push it like crazy like I did before. Dude, this thing sounds incredible. And the bonus is, I feel like before I didn't really love this amp when I was in standard. I really liked it for the drop tunings, and now I feel like with the drop tunings, this thing I can't even talk. By the way, I'm filming at 7:30 in the AM, so everything I'm doing is literally worse than normal, which is already bad enough, so I apologize. But the standard tunings are sounding really full and really thick on this amplifier now, and I think Mike knocked it out of the park, and I also think that he did a great job with the visual appointments. The amp looks absolutely killer. Super happy with this thing. Had a lot of fun doing this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed doing it. If you guys would like to help the channel, in the description of this video, hit those affiliate links for Zounds and Sweetwater, as those links go a long way in helping me be able to afford amps like this in order to share them with you guys here on the channel. It really does make a massive difference, and I very much appreciate it. And that's gonna do it for me. I'm gonna get out of here before I talk worse even more. Thanks so much for watching. Kyle here. We'll see you next time. Why did I make that noise at the end?
You know what this wall is missing? Another amp. There we go.